Hi, today's tea with Terry will include Jack, my cat, one of my cats. We have three of them. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this idea of contemporary shamanism and how I feel that it's different from traditional shamanism. And last time I talked a little bit on how it really draws in from our modern resources. And today, I wanted to talk about the way that I personally take people on shamanic journeys. So, in traditional shamanism, or at least in core shamanism, which is one of the more common forms of shamanism as it's taught in the Western world, there are three worlds that we can visit in an altered state when we go into the shamanic journey space. There is the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. And some other time we'll talk about what each of those worlds mean and why we would travel to them and sort of what you might expect to experience when you're in them. But today I just want to bring them to your attention and then to tell you that I don't work with them. I mean, I sometimes do, of course. They come up. When they come in organically, we work with them. But I don't often tell people that they must take a journey to the upper world to receive a teaching. I allow people to go where their spirit guides take them. I allow people to experience the journey space however it comes to them. So traditionally, you might expect to retrieve power around something by going to the lower world. You would go there to if your boss is really putting you down a lot, or if there's somebody in your environment, in your relationship down the block from you who just really is doing everything they can to rob you of your power, to make you feel small, and to put you down. Sorry, I'm just petting Jack. So that would be a lower world journey to retrieve power to help you work through some issue that you were having where you were losing power. Now, the way I work is we go in and find the best place for you to retrieve your power. And it may be the lower world, it might be the middle world, which is sort of this world experience that just beyond what we know. So it's here in this world, but it's not stuff that you tap into every day. Or it might be in the upper world. You may need to get power by going up to the spirit guides and your teachers up there and saying, what do I do? Can you give me the lesson here? Can I learn what to do? So the way I work is a little more loose than what you would think of when you're working with a traditional shamanic practitioner. Now, I remember being in a workshop, and I won't mention what workshop it was because I had an interesting experience. We were asked to do a journey, and was doing the journey the way I would normally do it. And at the end of the session, this was a little sort of student client session, and I was the client in this one. The facilitator of the workshop came in, and we described to him what we had done and the experience I had, and he was mad at me. He actually got upset with me and told me I did it wrong and that I went to the wrong world, and for that journey I should have gone to one of the other worlds. And I just said, but no, this is the world I go to. It was a healing journey. This is the world I go to when I receive healing. This is what I've been instructed to do. This is what I've been guided to do. And this is where I get healing. And so I went in for a healing journey, and that's where I went. It might not be the way you go. It might not be what's traditional, but it is where I go. And you know what? He apologized to me. He told me, I'm absolutely right. That if that's where I go for healing, then that's where I go for healing. And it doesn't matter what the books might say or what his teachers might have taught him. What matters is that I go in and get the healing that I need from where I need it. So that's just a little example, a little bit of my story and how I don't hold quite so tightly to the traditional ways of working with these energies. I really work hard to empower you to trust your intuition and to find your way, because that's really all that matters at the end of the day, is that you understand how you get this information and how you can bring healing to yourself, because I'm never doing any healing for you. You are always doing your own healing. So that's it for Tea with Terri today, and instead of tea we have Jack, my cat. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks so much.